one that does it for free. That's the question of the day. That's a bad answer.
For free?
I don't think so.
Some AI out there might do it for you.
There you go. AI taking our jobs anyway, right?
So, hey, since we're about 20 minutes into this episode, why don't we go ahead?
Let's just start it.
We can we're going to go ahead and call this the Riffs and Rhythms podcast. So, hey, everyone, I am the Kevin McLaughlin. I want to remind you all, as you get on this podcast, please scoot all the way down to the end of your row. Keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times and sit well down in your seat because we are here to riff and rhythm you to the depth of your ability to handle. I'm Kevin McLaughlin.
And I'm Paul Robertson.
And this is the Riffs
and Rhythms podcast.
That is right.
You were eventually going to learn how to say that in Spanish, right? Like they say at Disney?
Yes, I want to learn it in Spanish and French.
Oui, oui.
So that I can reproduce the monorail recording.
Keep your damn hands away from the door. You're going to cut off.
I don't think my lips will even move that fast to speak Spanish. See?
So, all right. So, welcome back to this episode here, or not this episode, but just welcome back to the podcast, I guess.
We're still on the same episode. Yes.
So, yeah.
And we have, luckily, a scheduling miracle happened, and we got the Dottie Kelly herself right here. Dottie, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
No, I don't think she actually left. She found out how much we're paying for rent here, and she's like, "Oh man, I can move in,
I
right?"
can move in. I can bring my 389 pairs of shoes that I have.
That'll be almost enough room for that.
All right, so we're now welcome to the Riffs and Rhythms and Shoes podcast.
She hasn't been counting, but it's roughly 389.
Wait, is that pairs or shoes?
How many pairs of shoes? I turned my garage into seriously, I turned my garage into a shoe and a boutique. Because I ran out of room in my house.
So boutique.
So I pulled my Camaro out of it and I'm turning it into a boutique.
Rock on.
So you sell shoes?
No, those are shoes that I wear.
Oh.
This is my boutique. This is where I go in and get dressed for my shows.
Okay.
And I show people that they don't believe me. I have it on my phone.
So you could wear a different pair of shoes every day and have some left over at the end of the year.
Yes, I can.
Holy moly. So that's like 600 something actual shoes.
Yeah, but you know what? She's a musician, so it's all
well, hey, because she is bling bling.
That's
she is bling bling.
I love shoes. I really do. I love shoes. They love my wallet too.
Oh my God.
Do you spend a lot of time picking out an outfit for a show?
Oh yes. I tomorrow is Wednesday, and I have 4 shows. So tomorrow I go in my boutique and I lay out everything because I have mirrors all the way across in the garage, and I try on everything exactly what I'm gonna wear, from accessories all the way down to shoes. And I said, because this is my Thursday outfit, this is my Friday. I tried on everything before I.
Yeah, I get that.
So obviously as singer, and as you talked the last episode, you started off as a background singer. Moving up to the
She's
front.
a background singer.
Singer, not a singer, not a
It's
singer.
a foreground singer.
Oh,
she does that in private, not on stage.
Yeah.
Background singer.
Get a little bit more grand marinade there. Yeah, sorry. I'm already my lips are already a little.
You know what you drinking over there?
That's right. Yeah. So
What are you drinking over there? Anyway?
I'm drinking actually a little bit. We had with our previous before while you were away off doing bike week.
One of my scab replacements.
That's right.
By the way, thank you, Ellie. Good job.
Wow. Is that what you call her, scab replacement? But yeah, so we're having some Key West Bad Bitch rum. This is made in Key
you're
West.
drinking.
That's what I'm drinking there. So again, and Ellie is also known as the Bad Bitch herself. So a big shout out there to Ellie. Thank you for sending in, Ellie. It was a great conversation that we had with DJ Lexi in those 2 episodes there to learn about electronic violinist and DJing at the same time with DJ Lexi. So go back and check out those episodes. And I told Lexi, I said, we got to get you somehow involved in all this stuff, to see maybe her shredding on violin and you shredding also. Maybe you need to bring her to the Guitar Slingers. See, I got it right. I didn't say Gunslingers this time.
Guitar Slinger Shootout plus violin.
That's right. Yeah. So DJ and everything. So
Can I chime in on the fashion conversation?
Sure.
What part of the process is the hair come in? Is that do you plan fits around the hair
when I was
or
in-
vice versa?
When I was in corporate America, I had short hair. I had what they call over the eye. I always had one eye. So I decided, one lady came to me and she said, Dottie, if you're going to sing, why don't you do wild hair? Well, I started wearing wigs. That didn't go so fly. You take them out, you look like a totally different person. So I just started to get into color. So I have color hair. I do all kind of colors. You know that. I do green hair. I do
like the
purple.
blue.
Like the blue. Blue is my favorite too. And I do burgundy. I do different color. So I just made this part of my brand. So when they see Dottie Kelly, they know that she's gonna always have color hair. What color we don't know. Yeah. Another thing I was doing in my show, I used to put out 3 pairs of shoes, and I let my fans pick the shoes they want me to wear for the night. So I was doing that, but that was getting tired because between setting up the stage, trying to set up my shoes, and then they pick the one that I really don't want to wear, so every now and then that's how Mark, what's his name, Mark
Carbone.
yeah, he always liked when I did that. I used to put my shoes out. He said, "What are you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna let them pick out my shoes." So that's how him and I started talking because he liked that idea.
So we were just talking there before the show was about the Patreon, setting up a Patreon page and all that.
Yeah, see, there's
that's
help
maybe
Dottie pick out her outfit.
that's it.
You sound like my son because he's a marketing director. And he always said, Mom, why don't you just do a YouTube, let people pick out your shoes for your show? Yeah. But it's a lot of work because a lot of content go. I'm sure Devin can relate to this. It's a lot of work. Will I have time to do that? I don't think so. Who's going to do it for me?
You just stick a phone up in front of you.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
just
Press
grab
the
one of
red
those-
button. That's what I do.
Just grab one of those little tripods and ring camera lights things.
I
and
have all
just-
that.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
that.
my
a quick
high,
little.
my high tech process started out. It still is half the time, where I just take one of those little. I take my phone and I put it in a mount and I strap the mount to a tree. I point it at the stage and press the big red button and that's it.
But what I did before, like I say, my page got hacked. Every show I got dressed, I had a tripod, and I got it, and I took it. I have a pen. You just take the pen, and it takes the picture for you. You just press, and it takes the picture for you. So I was doing that. But after I got hacked, I lost everything. So I lost interest of doing that again. But I always wore my outfit, and I took a picture of it, and I put it on my way to my gig. And everybody, they was looking forward to that because they didn't know what I was going to wear, didn't know how my hair was going to be, what shoes. It's like they was waiting for that. So it's a great idea, but now I just lost interest. I lost.
Well, there's all of the advanced marketing lessons that you take mention the fact that when you use Facebook, when you use blah, blah, blah platform, you don't own that platform.
You don't.
And so you're putting all your stuff out on somebody else's platform, which they can, by design, they can do whatever they want with it.
Right.
Or just shut the whole thing off if they want. So the ultimate goal is to bring it all to your own website and put it on a platform that you own, which is your own
Website.
website.
That people don't go to.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing is to
And what's the website that people don't go to?
DottieKelly.com.
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 There you go.
I've had it for a while.
So if we both figure it out, we'll tell each other and then we'll get it done.
But I would love to have something where people can just come. Because I put a lot of things I built my own website myself. I did everything. I did my business card with the QR code. Because I have marketing background. So I do all of that myself. I built my own, my banner, everything. The banner on my table, the banner on the wall. I do everything myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, by the way.
But that's why you want people to utilize what we do. We want them to use, because it costs money for this.
Yeah, and it kind of, it's bothersome when I spend hours a day making sure everybody knows where I'm going to be at this weekend, and then someone sends me a text and says, "Hey, where are you at this weekend?"
Yeah.
So I wonder. So hey, Devin. So check this out, right? So you both are active musicians performing regularly and trying to get the word out there. All those things. Saying, at what point? And some people don't have time to do those things, or may not know how to do it, or what. I guess what is a certain dollar amount that you would pay somebody to help you do some of these things, right? So, again, is it like, hey, for $5 a month, you send me your video clip, I'll, and I don't know. So Devin does, this is one of the things he does. His business is he's full-time content creator, producer, video, so forth. And he does other podcasts as well, all that aspect for video editing. But I'm just curious, right? For those that are like, hey, I want a social media presence or a YouTube presence or whatever, again, I know it's.
But what I do, like today is Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Between Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll get up in the morning. I have my coffee. I'm still in my my robe or whatever, and I do all of my shows, whatever. And I go on what is that poster wall, whatever. I do all my flyers. And then I do my reels. Then I do all that, and I put up everything that's going on that week. I don't do mine like some people do events for the whole month.
Yeah.
Some people put up all their dates at one time. I don't do that because something can change. Mm-hmm. And then you got to go back and change it again. So I do it as I go. I do it. So Tuesday, Wednesday is my social media day. And then most likely, that's when I get something. I saw this on Facebook. What time?
Yep.
What time you going to be there? I see you're going to be at Blue Jean Blues on Saturday night. What time? Well, it's on the flyer, but I can't say that. So I'm a very nice person. I see who it is, and
hey, dummy, you just read everything, but that one part on the.
But it's like, and what gets me is like, just call me, let me know when you're going to be there again. Call me.
Yeah,
if
I
we
get that all
call
the time.
Everybody that tell us, I'd be a millionaire. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's just it then, right? Is part of that Patreon is you. I don't know. Patreon is become, and Devin can chime in a lot more than probably both of us. Is Patreon's become that part of helping content creators, podcasters, others, saying, hey, you're going to provide some additional little content for those who are totally into you. Mm-hmm. They're going to get something value out of it. And with Kevin's like subscribers, right? The live streams as well. As nobody gets to see the live streams unless you're there or you subscribe to.
You pay.
Yeah, you pay. Right. So, so I'll, again, it's like I'll tune in, I don't go to all the shows, but I pay,
But my website, when you sign up for my website, Dancing Shoes is the name of it.
Okay.
You sign up for it, automatically send you, it lets me know that you sign up and let me know, and it has everything on there. So you even get the dates and everything.
Do you do a newsletter?
Not the newsletter. I do.
That's kind of what I was going to ask. Is do you have a way to, when people sign up, does it send them notifications?
That's what I was going to ask you, because I'm on Bandzoogle. Bandzoogle, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Bandzoogle.
That's right. Okay.
I've not heard of that one.
It's
That's a good one.
It's a pretty good one, and all the email addresses that sign up, I always wonder what the hell I'm going to do with them. So that's a good idea that I can do.
Well, I
so
do
what's
that.
in a newsletter? What you put in it?
I do a newsletter. I do a monthly newsletter.
Okay.
And I do it through MailChimp.
Oh, I heard a MailChimp. Yeah.
Do it through MailChimp. And so basically everyone who signs their name on my sign-in sheet at the gig and puts their email address, or they go and they, join my mailing list, I send a monthly newsletter, and I just tell them what's going on this month.
Oh, so they feel important when you do that to them.
I give them inside information, and I talk to them in a very informal manner. I'm like, the last one I did was like, hey, everybody, the UK tour is real. We got actual booked concerts in the UK. Like, yay.
So this would be a great opportunity for me to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So use MailChimp, and Bandzoogle might even have automatic MailChimp integration where if anybody puts their email address in, it just automatically goes into your MailChimp account. And then because of spam laws and everything else, that you have to use a service,
Right.
or else your email address gets blacklisted.
Mm-hmm.
So MailChimp, it doesn't cost me anything to use MailChimp. I still don't have a.
I even bought my own email address. I bought my own email, info at Dottie Kelly.
Well, there you go.
I did that too.
Yeah. Cool.
I try to keep everything, the same with my name.
Well, it's all about having direct communication with people.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way it sorts out is you got people who are aware of you, you got people who care, you got people who actually open an email, and then a percentage of,
Yeah.
then a percentage of them might actually buy something from you.
Right. I haven't done the e-commerce.
Yeah.
I was going to do the
Yeah.
e-commerce, but that's a lot of work, on my website.
There's other services that you don't have to put. Yeah.
There's like I do my e-commerce through. What is it? Bands in Town is where I do my scheduling, but I do. I got a link in here somewhere. Anyway, they.
That's why it's good to communicate.
Yeah.
Because I'm a
You
type
learn,
of person. I don't mind sharing knowledge. Because there was a young lady started a band, and I told her exactly how I got started. I shared mine. She said, "Dottie, a lot of people don't do it." I said, "What do I have to lose?
Yeah.
I want you to gain.
Yeah.
I want you to grow. I want the
Yeah.
same thing." And guess what happened? She got a band. Next thing you know, they fell apart. She gave me all her contacts, and right now I'm working at 2 of the places that she gave me.
Oh, okay.
If I was just held on to the knowledge,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be working there.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah. I mean, so you got it?
It's in here. I got a list of links.
But I think there's you go through, I think, especially like the opportunity when you're going to travel.
Bandcamp.
Okay, got it.
is it?
Bandcamp is where my online store is based out of.
Bandcamp, okay.
Bandcamp is also great if you compare it to Patreon in the sense that it's like a crowdfunding type of thing. Like your audience can pay for your music directly. But it's also cool because you can set it for like I know people who do this where they have it where it's name your price. Like you don't, maybe you have a small audience or whatever, you don't really know what you should charge, so you put it out for technically free, but people can choose to pay. It's kind of like donations. Like you can say, okay, this album or this song
Here's a tip
is worth
bucket.
$5
Support
to
me or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's worth supporting you $10 for this song or
So
whatever the
so
case.
if you put your merchandise on there, you have to let everybody know how to get to your merchandise. Do they give
I don't
you
know
like-
if you can do merchandise on Bandcamp, can you?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's
So-
what I do all my merch through, all my music through, everything that I sell online, I sell it through
you
Bandcamp.
let everybody know that's
But
what
it's on your website though, Kevin, right?
Yes. If you like
Oh.
on my merch page, like if you want a shirt, click on the shirt, takes you to the Bandcamp
I
website.
got you.
So
it's a
cue
link.
the part we're going to overlay Kevin's webpage right here. So click here,
Yeah,
go here, buy.
It's
Everything linked,
it's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
complex trying to figure all that stuff out.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
really
wanted
is.
it to be available on Amazon, but setting up an Amazon store is so
Well, when
Another
I
good
start getting into
deal.
when I start getting into the QR code, I start billing all. Everybody like my business card. My business card have QR. I did it through Linktree.
yeah.
So
That's what I was
great.
gonna say.
I did it through
I like
Linktree.
Linktree.
Yeah, I got a
And
Linktree.
So you can change anything, and you can just go in there and change your, whatever, and then it update everything. So and I pay that $60 a year. People don't realize.
Oh, you got Linktree Pro?
Yeah,
I got the
I don't
free.
mind. Well, the free, I
mine's a
tried to
free
do the
one.
free, but you only have so many. They only give you so much, and I need everything. But people don't realize when you're running a band, especially musicians, they don't realize you have to pay for everything. I have to pay for insurance because I work down at Margaritaville. So you have to have insurance for all your, for liability insurance. You have to pay for that every month. Then you have your website you have to pay for every month.
Yeah.
Right. They don't realize you have to pay for that.
Right.
And then all that stuff comes together. And then building a website, making sure it's managed, and then you got to pay for what you're talking about, merch. I go out and buy it. And then you got business card that I have to, so all that adds up.
Right.
And no matter even because I do taxes, by the way. I do because I major in bookkeeping and accounting. That's my major.
I may need to give you a call because I got to start filing for my LLC.
Yeah, because I've been doing taxes over 15 years. I've been doing it I do for churches and things like that. But anyway, people don't realize, so I do my own taxes, so I know how to itemize. I know all that kind of stuff. But now that I'm retired, I don't have a W-2. I don't get anything back anymore because I'm an old lady now. So,
Yeah, what are you talking about? She keeps talking about this old lady kind of stuff. She is insane.
but you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
People don't realize, we have to, as band members,
Yeah.
we pay out a lot of money.
Yeah.
As band leaders, we
Leaders,
Yeah, right.
leaders,
yeah,
not
yeah.
musicians.
'Cause
Leaders.
That's a good point. That's something a really good topic. There is that you both are the leaders of your bands, right? So you got to basically do everything, right?
Yeah,
Whether it's
and my guys love me exactly as much as I pay them to.
My guys always say I pay them weekly, very weekly. Very.
But I'm bum. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, but that,
Judging.
But yeah, there are a lot of details behind the scenes that even a lot of musicians aren't aware of.
they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let my guys know what I pay, especially when if they giving me a hard time. I said, you don't get up on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and try to get out. And not only that, I have a letter that I send out to different venues. I have things where I always go online and see who's playing live music. 'Cause a lot of live music, a lot of duos. The duos are taking over now. There's not a lot of bands, a lot of duos and solos. And then you have these karaoke, I call them upscale karaoke, when they have these iPads and the lyrics, and I don't
they
do none of
make
that
the
kind of
tracks.
stuff. Yeah, I don't do none of that. I do strictly everything is up here. So
It's a lot that goes into it, right? And again, I think as we were just we were talking about the shoes or the outfits and those things, you're putting together a show, a performance, everything. You're not half-assing it. Right,
Yeah,
and so you're putting everything in because you want
Yeah.
people that it's not just about the music, but it's again everyone takes things in. Unless you're blind, I guess, you don't get to take the full audio visual kind of experience on going
Well,
to show.
another thing people admire, on Wednesdays I normally go to different consignments. So what I do is I buy a dress, and I like the sleeve. Like I like the sleeve on the. I buy the dress, cut the sleeves off, and put it on. Sometimes I take the sleeve and put them at the bottom of my pants. So I create my fashion as well.
That's interesting. Yeah.
A lot of frenzies, I put them on myself, and I sit there and do it myself. Yeah, when I'm home.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
I do.
awesome.
Cause being a singer, a performer, you can get away with anything on stage. You can wear anything, but you want to be different. And I try to be different. And people know me like I love to wear black pants, but I have so many black pants. It's ridiculous. But every time I go to the store, I like black pants. So you see, like this got something on it.
Yeah.
It's something going to be different. Yeah.
So you need to wear black pants to remind people to like and subscribe on your one leg and up. A QR code, right?
How much I have to pay you for that?
That's a free one. I'll give it.
Okay.
I'll throw it to you.
Like,
There you go.
that's a good idea.
That's
though.
right. That's right.
That's a great idea.
Kevin's thinking about putting a QR code on his back of
Yeah,
his jeans.
right on my butt.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
so,
you can
yeah.
scan it.
Yeah, you can scan it, baby.
Hold on. I don't think Tracy's gonna like
Where
that.
that's gonna go to?
Yeah, Miss Tracy ain't gonna like
Tracy's
that.
not gonna like that. No.
Well, people are looking either way, so you might as well put some ad space on there.
Yeah.
especially not at that biker bar we talked about.
Well, as long as it don't say USDA Prime,
Yeah,
then
that's
I'll
right.
be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, you're not wearing chaps that day.
Add space on the ass space.
Oh, there you go.
This space for rent. Kevin's butt.
Yeah, I'm not putting that on my ass.
Yeah.
What's your price?
Oh my gosh. So
You would for the right price.
No.
No, it's not worth it.
No,
So-
my ass has got a home.
So, Dottie, one of the things that we do on this episode is we review songs.
Okay.
It is called the Riffs and Rhythms. So we try to do a review of music, and this is where we decide: is it the riff or the rhythm that makes the song? So this is the Reach Solar. I think have we figured out a name yet?
The Reach Solar song review.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Something-
So
something really
like-
self-explanatory
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Yeah. So just read whatever we said on the screen here. So
So the riff,
a riff or the rhythm,
Rhythm.
right? So again, is it a riff? Does the riff make the song? Is it the rhythm that makes the song? And
so if I say more like the lyrics,
well, no. See,
We have had people go off track with that, and
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah,
'cause
melody also.
let me say what the song is about, and you tell me. The song is about two men, because in my early life, when I was young, I got married very young. I was in an abusive relationship, so I eventually wrote a song about it. A good man and a bad man. So it said, "Why you treat me mean?" So the bad man was treating me mean. So I ended up meeting a good man, and he treated me good. He bought me diamond rings. He took me shopping. He took me to the spa. That's what the lyrics are. But it's a slow blues.
Okay, so we are going to review that song,
Okay.
but it's not going to be tonight.
Nope.
Okay.
We're going to do tonight. We're doing a song from Fox Maple.
Okay.
But that's cool insight on what your song is.
Okay.
Because we try not to do it like with the artist there. I'm the
He's
only
the only-
exception because
yes.
Paul wanted to see my daughter make fun of me.
Okay. But yeah, that's the reason why I did
Okay.
that song.
Yeah, we
So,
will, we
so
will
the,
review that.
The
yeah.
name of that song is
Why You Treat Me Mean.
Why You Treat Me
Why You
Mean
Treat Me
by
Mean.
Dottie Kelly. That's getting on the show.
Yes,
That's the song
yes.
they're playing in Brazil, Mexico, St. Croix, UK.
Awesome.
That's where they're playing a lot, especially in Brazil.
Great,
They really playing a lot in Brazil. I just got something on Facebook showing me they playing it in Brazil.
So you've got music playing all over the country.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, all over the world.
all over the world. Yeah, yeah.
So is that your biggest tune right now?
No, Moonshine and Liquor. That's another one that's playing. 7 Days a Week Blues, Beautiful Lady. I Don't Want No Man Like You. That was my first single.
Okay, when did that come out?
That came out right before that came out in 2020. That came out in 2020. The one, Why You Treat Me Mean, came out last year.
Okay. All right. So we actually on our show, we do actually have like the last episode with the episode 76 with DJ Lexi.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the U.S. This is on the audio. Brazil, France, Spain. So you've
So
got.
we'll be
you've
reaching
got-
your
yeah,
fans when we
that's
put
right.
that song on the show.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
so,
that's
yeah.
nice to know.
Yeah, so we've got the riffs and rhythms are global. So we're bringing the blues to everybody. So all right, so this is Fox Maple.
So this is Fox Maple. She
Yeah.
was a guest like a month ago.
yeah
right?
when you weren't here.
Love her. She's a nice lady.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. So Brad was. He
Brad
was
did
like
that
he's,
episode,
he's
yeah.
he was giving Kevin the rundown. He's like, she was so cool and she was awesome and so
I was up in
I
Orlando
watched the
getting
show.
my
I watched
video
it.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it. Yeah, she was nice.
So so this is a recent. So this just dropped. This is a brand new track here. I want to make sure I get all the right information about this song here. So just give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves here. I should have been probably better prepared, but I.
That's okay. We know you're a drummer.
That's not this kind of a podcast, of course.
It's her song. This song I see. It's
So
on YouTube.
we're highlighting the time. When was that, Devin? When did that come out?
When did what come out?
Well, how long ago did that video get posted?
It's as of today, 2 days ago.
Oh, it's 2 days old.
Yeah. So this was 2 days ago. If you were watching at the end of middle of beginning of March. All right. So so this is the first single. Okay. So let's see here. This is a post that she put out there. The final single from my upcoming album is officially out. Really looking forward to sharing this with you all. This song is deeply personal to me, and performing it is an emotional experience to say the least. Please add me to your playlist and stay tuned for lyric videos this week. Okay. Nobody's Business is available on all major streaming platforms and will be debut on Soundwave One Radio. So this kind of came out. This is a few days ago that dropped there. Nobody's Business, written by Fox Maple, produced by Ben Childs of the 561 Podcast and the Killbillies at Nina's Yard Studio here in Jupiter. Co-produced by Fox Maple, mixed by Ben Childs, mastered by Sean McGee, Abbey Road Studios, London.
All right.
So all right. So here we got some good stuff here. So here we go. This is the riff or the rhythm.
I guess I spend too much time staring up at the ceiling at night, daydreaming of another life where you're beside me all the time. It's nobody's business at all if you and I decide to fall. And if I had a reason, I would tell you there's not enough upside to save you. You say there's someone out there for me, but I can't believe.
Am I hearing like a 12-string guitar maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a number of guitar tracks on that.
Okay.
I know I've been sending you
This is her video.
Yep.
I don't have a video.
So this is so what we ask artists, like, even if you don't have videos, is to at least do like a lyric video. So this is a lyric video with some.
Well, how would I do that?
We can
I'll
talk.
show you
After,
how.
yeah.
If you and I decide to fall, and if I had a reason, I would tell you there's not enough upside to sell you. Say there's someone out there for me, but I can't stop believing that it's you. If all else perished and he remained, I would still continue to be. And if all else remained and he were annihilated, the universe would turn to a blank.
Now I know she did talk about that she plays the mandolin a lot. So I don't know if is that like you said, there's multiple tracks that you're hearing, right? So
That's
is
a
there?
thick recording.
Yeah.
Blue eyes, I ask you, no, I beg you, just turn me down so I stop trying. Just say those words
Enforcement this
that
way.
can never be unsaid, but you never do, so I just keep living.
What genre is this?
Sorry.
What genre would you consider this music?
So we talked about in that episode about was like a little bit folksy, kind of bluesy. And I know she's you know,
I don't think it's bluesy.
yeah, but
Folk rock, maybe.
folk, yeah,
Rock,
yeah.
right, yeah.
Her and I were actually almost in the same band adjacent. So
It's a nice video.
It's nobody's business at all. If you and I decide to fall, and if I had a reason, I would tell you there's never gonna be an upside to sell you. You swear there's someone out there for me, but I won't stop believing that it's you.
Nobody's business.
all right, very nice, very nice. Fox Maple there.
Yeah.
Nobody's business.
Nobody's business, yeah.
So
So this is a hard one because they're all of equal weight, I think. The lyrics, the rhythm, the riff, like there's no one aspect of the song that stands out above the rest.
I agree with
But-
you.
It's kind of all one.
But if we were going to stay true to what we've got on this
I
segment,
think it'd be more of the
here,
rhythm.
Well, actually, it's interesting. We've talked a little bit about this on the previous episode. I think with Fox was, and Brad was here, was they were something that Brad was picking up. Again, Brad being a guitar player, singer, one man band, he picked up something about it's like forget sometimes that rhythm could be played on the guitar. Right, it's not just necessarily the riff, right? So I was actually picking up really into the rhythm of the song. Obviously just hearing very clean,
That's what I
clean
heard.
patterns there on that. Like I said, I asked about the
I was
12
humming
string.
in my head, yes.
Yeah, so
And the second half of the song is a little more staccato. Like dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun, dun,
okay,
dun, dun,
okay.
Yeah.
So I
To,
mean,
to build the song.
yeah, right. Build up there. So yeah. So I'm going rhythms here.
I'm
So
going rhythm.
I'm sorry. Riff. I'm going
Rhythm
riff.
for
Right.
me.
Riff. Yeah.
What's for you?
Riff, but only by like a half a point over rhythm.
So Devin, what do you got there?
As Sounds like you guys are saying this is truly a riff them moment.
Oh,
I agree. Yeah,
this is
riff
Riff-them.
them.
Have you heard about? Have you heard about the Riff-them?
No.
It is what we're talking about, where they're both equally important.
Okay.
The
I
riff
think
and
this
the
is a
rhythm.
riff them event.
Well, I can't wait to hear what they're gonna say about mine.
Oh,
Okay.
well, we'll be tame. Again, this is all about when we review songs.
I think this is a great idea for the person that's being interviewed to get to see the previous person music and then give your input. I think that's a great idea.
yeah.
Who thought of that?
So I don't know. How did we?
That's a good idea.
Well, we just decided not to grill the person who was sitting here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
do it to someone who's not here.
Unless
That's a
you're
great
the
idea.
host.
Unless
In
you're
this
the
case,
host,
it was
yeah.
coincidence that it was the last person.
Yeah, usually it's not the last
Wait,
person.
wait,
It's-
what do you mean coincidence? Come on, Nate. This is a
planned
professional
it?
show here. Of course we're playing.
She's not, but she's not the last person. She's like a month ago person.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm drawing a blank on who.
It was
the last-
DJ Lexi after Fox Maple.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who we reviewed. Actually,
He's such a drummer.
it was like 3 weeks ago.
Don't worry,
I don't
Paul.
know,
I'll
man.
It's the
protect
alcohol.
you.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's the alcohol. Blame it on the
It's the whiskey talking.
alcohol.
Yeah, it's a whiskey talking, and he's drinking rum. So,
Yeah, it's really good.
so the big deal,
Yes.
considered as a pre-release aspect of putting your music out, is the lyric video, which that's a lyric video. That wouldn't be considered the official. Well, oh no, I'm sorry. That is the official lyric video, but it wouldn't be like the video you would put on like as your definitive video for the song. And basically, it's just the lyrics and some random background visuals to go along with it.
Oh, so you just did that for the person to see.
She just did that
Yes.
as her lyric
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. Fox did that. Right. Yeah. That was her.
It's kind of like a pre-release kind
I
of.
wonder how she did that though.
I don't know. There's a lot of really good footage in there.
There's. I mean, I
I'm
don't
probably
know.
gonna, my son
Yeah.
does this kind of work, so
Yeah.
I can ask him.
You're like, hey, just create some background video and just images
Just,
and videos. Kind of. Yeah. Good.
Need a creative video editor, and that's about it.
Do you know anybody?
Oh, it's funny you ask.
This segment is brought to you also now by the Ghost in the Ox LLC. Whatever.
Do you know
whatever.
anyone that does
Yeah.
it for free? That's the question of the day. That's a bad answer.
That's a tough one.
For free?
I don't think so.
Some AI out there might do it for you.
There you go. AI taking our jobs anyway, right?
Yeah. Let's not get on it. That's a sore subject with Kevin.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
no, I want to train the machines to be nice to us when they take over.
Yeah. The robots coming out soon.
That's right. Yeah. Kevin's guitar pedal's coming after him.
I don't even use any. That's why
You don't use any, do you?
I do not use any guitar pedals.
Yeah, my Dara does.
I am a purist when it comes to that. I want nothing but my fingers, my guitar, my chord, and my amp, and nothing in between.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
otherwise, it doesn't work right for me.
Everybody got things that work for them, you know?
Yeah, it drastically reduces the colors on my palette when I go through a pedal, drastically. Which sounds backwards because people put pedals on to add color to their palette. Me, it works in the opposite direction.
Well, no. Let me ask you this then, right? So great point is somebody like Jimi Hendrix. Everyone always talks about Jimi Hendrix was this great guitar player. Maybe a wah pedal. That's all he may have
Wah
had.
pedal and the fuzz face.
Yeah, right. I mean, and he produced all that other music, right?
The rest of it was the interaction between his fingers, his guitars, and the insanely loud amps he had on stage.
And you've talked about this before about like the hands and how the
That's
connection.
what that's what they call my guitar player, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, do
Yeah,
they?
yeah, that's what, you see how Dara play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They call him. We do Jimi Hendrix, we do Led Zeppelin. He does all
He
that.
good.
Yeah.
He's very good.
good.
Yeah. Got that. He like rock and roll. That's what he really like. He's trying to make me a rock and roll singer. I'm like, not all rock and roll. That's some singing there.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
But, I tell this story often. I was just telling this story to somebody. And us as guitar players, we use ancient technology, tube amplifiers, right? So you go out and you spend a lot of money on a really nice guitar. Mm-hmm. And then you go out and you spend a lot of money on a tube amplifier, right? And you do that because those two things are transparent to the information you're putting in with your fingers. The way you squeeze the neck, the way you touch the string, the way you pick, the angle of your pick, the direction of your pick, this way or that way, the way you stand, the way you're thinking when you hit a note, all of that changes the sound, how hard or how soft. Turn the volume up on your guitar and play real soft, it's had a totally different sound than you turn the volume down on your guitar and play real hard. Same volume, totally different sound. So all of those things work because of the transparency of that tube amplifier that you paid so much money for. So now we introduce the integrated circuit into that signal chain, which, as we all know, is basically a grain of sand that has been shaved into a wafer and shot with a laser to create a circuit. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this very complex, ancient technology.
Rocks that we tricked into thinking.
Yep, right? And we're going to run it through a grain of sand that's been sliced like a pancake and expect that that's somehow not going to totally change the sound. It's not physically possible for that. So if you like the way that it changes your sound, then absolutely, using that grain of sand inside that little foot pedal box is exactly what you need. But me, I don't want that. Because what happens is the dynamics change, the slew rate changes, the tone changes, the load on your pickup changes, everything, the frequency response changes, every single thing about your guitar sound changes simply by plugging it into that little foot box. And not one of those changes on the list is a desirable feature for me.
Makes sense.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But I just bought a PV bass because I'm learning how to play bass.
Oh.
My dream for playing bass, if you men's gonna like this too, I want to have on an all black bodysuit, all black leather. I want to be leather. I want to have a badass leather hat. And when I start playing, I want to be standing in a sexy, pose, and I just want to play that bass. That's my dream. I've been going to the classes to learn how to play. But these nails, I got to cut them a little lower, they say. I just had them cut. But in order to play bass, you can't have nails. You just can't.
It depends on how you play it.
They told me I could do it with a pick. And
You got 4 picks right on there.
I know. I said they told me that I can use actually a pick if I don't want to do it, but it don't sound the same.
It doesn't sound the same. Like flesh on your finger or your nail or a pick, all three are different
So
sounds.
do I have, because they say you can play
You can play like that,
like
yeah.
that. So I don't
But
have-
I can tell you this, that classical guitar players will put nails on so they can use them as picks.
Oh.
Yeah, like flamenco or classical, yeah, something like that.
So
Yeah,
you got 4 picks right there
you go.
on your hand.
I like playing the bass. It sounds so nice. It's only,
And then acrylic's even harder than your regular nail, so it'll last a long time.
but that's on my bucket. That's on my bucket
I
list.
will come to
Do
see
it.
I will come to see that show.
I would love to. I can't. But I have 4 songs. I got down.
Dottie, be careful. I might throw my bra at you. Okay?
Oh, hey, what was the name of that place down in Melbourne where they had the bars up in the ceiling? I played there. Lou's Blues. Remember
yep.
that play? You ever played there?
Never played at Lose.
Oh, they have bras. They throw bras at the musicians while they playing.
All right, Devin, let's start a band. The only place I saw bras is in the Boot Hill, right? In Daytona, right? Yeah.
It's a biker thing.
yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
throw your bra
Yeah,
at the band.
You buy a shirt, you're supposed to, I guess, give up your bra or something like that.
well,
I don't know. That's
I played down at Hawk Heaven. That's where the bikers are down in the Keys.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When I first went there, I was so scared. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many bikers there, but they love blues, boy. I tell you.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
yeah, if the band is good, then
They love it.
The bikers will be on your side.
Yeah. That's how it is at Earl's when I play at Earl's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to get a blues bus and just do tour around Florida.
You have some great ideas.
I
the
know.
blues
I'm
bus.
the ideas guy.
You really have some great ideas.
He doesn't believe it.
Is it blaming on the alcohol?
I drink. I get smarter when I drink. Actually,
You're really smart right now because look at that
The
glass. You need to
is-
smart up a little
this
more.
glass is empty.
Yeah.
Yes.
The blues bus.
He studied for this test.
Yeah. this is nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
go
well,
around.
you're already kind of doing it though. You said.
Yeah,
right?
I have the van. Yeah.
You just say, hey, little kids, getting this van, and
You know what it
candy."
is having the van now
Yeah.
that I'm a VIP now. I'm platinum now. I pay one price, $50. That's it. So I just get the van for how many days I want it for.
Man,
That's it.
so
Oh, no kidding. How'd you manage that?
she travels a
I've been
lot.
renting for years now. I've been doing this for 30-something years. So I used when I was going to Mississippi and Arkansas, Clarksdale, Vicksburg, Mississippi, Louisiana, all those points adds up.
Yeah, and it makes sense to rent a vehicle because
Yeah,
if
'cause
it
you
breaks
see what
down,
I-
they
you see
just
what
bring
I
you another
drive
one.
out there. I have 181,000 miles on my car.
wow.
That's a 2017.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So Dottie, I've been talking about starting up a business about it's like band Uber, and I was wanting to call it Boober. Why? Well, band Uber.
And
To make sure your guitar player shows up.
Oh, Uber.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You just call somebody, you call Dottie up and get in the van, you load your stuff up, and
go.
yeah, that's right, man.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's right,
How
yeah.
many businesses are you gonna make up today?
I'm a. That's
You
why
should be one of those people when they need someone to think of an idea.
I'm a think tank.
Call
That's
1-800
right.
Paul Idea or something.
I like that.
Hey.
Yeah. And then the answer to every question is, you know what you need to do? You need to start an 800 number.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
Right.
go.
So I'm going to be on Shark Tank next week.
Oh, I would love to be on that show. Can you think of anything that we can do to be on there?
We could sell used singer shoes.
Oh,
Pre-worn shoes are extra.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Gotta make
Dottie's
sure-
feet smell like money.
Okay, money. Size 8 only.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to avoid the foot fetish conversation. Anyway, not that I have one. I'm just saying in general.
Oh, certainly not.
I'm
Now,
asking-
we
asking-
know for sure you
I'm
don't.
asking for a friend.
Let you know.
So, oh my God, Dottie. So again, you see that the second episode's always gets a little
Yeah,
silly, right?
It
Yeah,
make you
so-
not be so nervous.
Exactly. So you've got any additional stories about like road stories or kind of again like we talked about last week about falling off the stage from like 20 feet up in the air. You got anything? You got another story about like falling from
Falling from the ceiling or something? Okay.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Something besides falling, maybe.
I was on fire. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
This segment just turns into what's the highest height you've fallen from?
Oh, right.
Our last guest fell off of Empire State Building.
Are
Whatever.
you serious?
No.
We are
We'll
not.
call this segment
Yeah, it
How
was- it
High
was-
Are You?
No, it was King Kong. It was actually King Kong.
Oh, okay.
He fell off
Yeah,
the
he
Empire State
fell
Building.
off.
In the black and white.
So let me see.
Yeah.
So does it have to be something pertaining to falling?
No, it's just anything to do with playing out.
Yeah, like any crazy stuff. Like you saw somebody, somebody fighting or somebody getting upset, and dancing with too many women, not enough
Yeah, I sell
women.
a couple fights at
Yeah.
places that I have played at, sure.
Okay.
Matter of fact, there was a fight at one of the venues in Wellington. The son did something to someone, and the mother, the owner of the club, came out, and they all got in a fight. So it was like, all of my fans went out the door. They didn't listen to me singing no more. They was out there watching the fight.
Wait a minute, I wasn't the one that cleared.
We had Holyfield and Mike Tyson out there. No, seriously, there was a fight. Everybody left. But I looked out in the audience. There was nobody out there. Everybody was outside.
What's up with all those polo people? They get rowdy, yo.
Oh, yeah. I guess they're looking for their horses and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, they used to hit and stuff with a big mallet. They got to sit in the bar with nothing in their hand.
Yeah, so
Let's go out to the parking lot.
Let's go out to the parking lot.
Yeah,
Hit you with my
that
mallet.
Was, that was something
that's
different. That was
great.
something different. Yeah. I done seen a couple of fights at a couple of places. out there.
Wellington is not a place I would expect
Me
for a
either.
brawl to break out.
No,
Again. So if you don't know Wellington here, we're in Palm Beach County. It's very.
It's the new city slogan is Wellington, where the best brawls are.
That's right. Yeah. So we're moving like everything. It all suburban sprawl. They're moving out to the.
Yeah.
Sprawl and brawl.
The suburban sprawl brawl.
sprawl and brawl. That's a new podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm looking at this silver thing in the room here, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. There's a big silver thing in the room.
Yeah.
That is
Like a
C
microphone
stand.
stand.
Like a microphone stand or a clothing rack or
Oh, you talking about Steely Dan?
did you name it Dan?
Sure.
Okay, his name is
That's
Dan.
Dan.
It's a
Dan,
big
the C stand.
Dan.
Dan,
And what the
yeah.
heck is that? Is that
So-
like a boom mic
A
stand?
C stand is just a very heavy duty production stand.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
you
It's
guys-
just a big
Mics,
stick on
cameras,
a stick.
Yeah.
lights, anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you need to borrow it, it's there. So our neighbors across the hall there, part of our tow truck company, fellow hall, building mates or whatever you want to call it, had found this in some repo, the box that's over there. They said, hey, because we got all this stuff here, if you guys might want it. They got it in some repo thing, and it was like
Okay.
this whole metal stand to kind of mount stuff like Devin said.
I
It's
can
pretty
use that to
sturdy.
try on my clothes. I can hang up my favorite outfits for the week.
There you go. There you go.
That's a nice stand there.
It is. That looks heavy duty right there.
Heavy duty, yeah. I can bring it down and fit my height when I take off my shoes. I'm only 5 feet, maybe 5'1", maybe. I like that.
Yeah. So I think there's another one in the box, so but yeah, so I'm not sure. So anyway, we haven't just figured out what to do with it yet. So
I want to
Yeah.
buy them.
Oh,
I already
okay.
have a use for them. I could use those on Saturday.
There you go.
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna play outside, and I need a couple of light trees for the backside of the stage.
Okay.
All right, we'll have your people talk to my people. How about that?
All right, that's cool.
There
I'll
you
just
go.
rent them.
Yeah, there you go. So
You can have them back at the end.
perfect. So so yeah, Dottie, do you another segment here that we have is called like an MVP. Do you have a shout outs to somebody that you want to kind of recognize, connect the community together, people that may have helped you out, person helped you out,
Well, I have,
Yeah.
like I said, God bless the dead. Joey Gilmore was always inspiration. And I have to say my guitar player, Dara, too, because when I started, I was singing with another, he wasn't a blues singer, he was a Southern soul singer. I was singing with him in the keys, and he happened to get sick on stage. This guy that I was singing with was, he got sick, so I didn't know but 2 songs at that time. So the owner of the club asked me, can you carry on all the shows going forward? And said, Dara and George at the time said, sure. I said, I don't know but 2 damn songs. How the hell am I going to do that, But I said yes. And we was down in Marathon Keys, a place called Hurricanes. I don't know if you ever heard of Hurricanes. And I went back down and I learned 10 songs. I just learned 10 songs, and we did that. And I just want to give them the MVP, Dara and George. They really encouraged me to get up there and do it by myself. I was so nervous. I always get nervous when everybody looking at me. But it's like, now, do you get nervous, Kevin? I still get nervous. The reason why I still get nervous because it's the unknown. I don't know how my audience is going to accept me. I've been doing this for a long time, but I still, in the middle, my hands start sweating right up in
Yeah.
here. Do you ever get that problem? I mean, not that.
So I don't have an issue with whether or not the crowd accepts me, because I don't care if they do or not. Like, even if they're not there, I'm having just as much a good time. And even if they're throwing bottles at me, which they've done,
You have?
I still have just as much fun.
I mean, literally, somebody threw bottle at
Yeah,
you?
sometimes people throw stuff at you. But my nervousness comes out before the show, where I get all weird trying to deal with all the details, and I get all uptight. My pre-show jitters are more about getting overwhelmed with the details of setting up.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm a little bit like that too, because I like to make sure. The problem I have, I don't like to be late. Guys, they gotta come down. I'm a time watcher. I watch the
Yeah.
time. All that.
Oh, you
When I
can't be late.
start at 7, and they come to the stage at 7:05, I'm looking for everybody. I'm going crazy because it's my name out here, not your name. So I always tell it's not about you. Once you screw up your name, you can't get a job.
Yeah.
So I says my reputation. I have a very good reputation. So if you want to do whatever you need to do it early, roll it up, whatever you got to do, or whatever you got to do, just do it. Whatever it
Yeah.
is. But when it's time to hit the stage, that's where I'm always panicking.
I'm the same way, and I've got an advantage because I'm the guitar player and the singer. So if they're late, I just start without.
You're good. You're good that way. I've been thinking about doing something with my iPad, and been thinking about making me some backtracks. So if they late, once I put it into my PA system, and start the singing, sometimes you have to teach people a lesson.
Yeah.
Because when people feel that you need them, they do that to you. But it's always two ways to skin a cat, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like
Right.
your band's on the verge of getting replaced by AI.
No, I'm not gonna replace them. But I'm just saying I
They
don't
late
like
one day.
I don't like for them to be late. I'm always getting on them about it. Even when they come back for breaks, because once you lose your crowd, you lose your tip money.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody. That's what I try
You gotta
to tell
keep them going.
You always want to make money, but you have to understand this is a business. You have fun, but this is a job, and I take it seriously. I love what I do, and I enjoy what I do, but I don't want anyone to just have to do a job. I do this just like I did when I was working for
Oh,
corporate
yeah.
America.
If you're going to do it right.
Do it right, and I enjoy what I do, and I show it. Because I get out there and I work my ass off. I sweat, and I come home, I'm tired, and I'm doing all the driving.
Yeah.
So all I ask you to get your ass up there and be on the goddamn stage on time. That's all I ask you to do, and do your job, whatever it is.
What?
Hello, somebody.
What was that?
That's right.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That came in heavy, right?
Yeah.
That came in hot.
But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Of course I do. Well, if you want to look at it from a totally business point of view, I'm the contractor on the job, and I got subcontractors playing instruments for me. And in the construction world, when your subcontractors don't show up, you fire their dumbasses and you get other ones.
Right.
That's just how business is done. It's not because I don't like you. It's because you're fucking it up, and I got to get someone who won't. That's all there is to it.
You can't miss business and pleasure. You just can't.
Well, you can, but you got to know when to be business.
Yeah, but sometimes you try to be funny and say jokes, and then they feel like they can get away with it. So you have to know when to speak. You have to know when and when not to. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, you got to just
It's
watch.
hard-
There's a line.
You
Yeah.
talked about this last week where you're dealing with your subcontractors as their boss, but you're also dealing with them as a woman. And those two things are very hard to reconcile.
Yes. True.
So with me, it's a little easier because I'll just look them square in the eye and say, I'm going to replace your dumbass. And they know I mean it. But it's a different dynamic when you're the band mom, and like I'm glad I don't have that dynamic to deal with because you have to be way better than me at what we do to do as good a job.
Oh my God! As band mom, you can hit him with the "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed."
Oh,
That would teach him a lesson real quick.
Go to your room with no dinner.
no, because like I'll even say like, you didn't text me back about that gig. I got somebody else, and they're like, wait, what?
I went through that. Let me say something. I have a drummer, and I'm not saying nothing on the air that I haven't told anyone.
Yeah.
I have a drummer. I'm a type of person. They say, Dottie, at that time, we don't have a New Year's Eve gig. I said, I know I'm working on it. So if I'm working on it, the year before, the gig paid a little bit more. But first, we didn't have anything at all. So I got a gig for us. I called Ron. He gave me a gig. He told me how much he was paying and where we playing. I told my drummer, because he's the man, we ain't got a gig, we don't have no gig. So I get a gig, and I tell him how much he's paying. So we playing somewhere one night. I said, hey, guys, we're going to be playing here for New Year's Eve, yeah, I know you gave me that date already, Dottie, but I decided to go with another person because it's paying me $300. I said, well, this is what I don't like. If I have you working every weekend and you take somebody paying you $300, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to you. A whole month. I didn't give him nothing. No date. Every date I have given you, take it off the book. I'm going to start assigning you what I want you to work. That's how I did that. And because what happened to me, that's disrespect to me. If I go out my way to give you something, you was the one kept calling and calling me, asking me to give you something. I finally give you something, and you went with somebody paying you $300. To me, that's like a slap in my face. And so that's what I did.
Yeah,
and I taught him a lesson.
Yeah, good job. That's why I say my guys love me exactly as much as I pay them to, because that's exactly what I got. Yeah. I got people that are, and I don't fault them for this, But these are guys that have to pay their grocery bill. They have to pay their rent. And if they can go
But this
and
guy
make
has
a
a
couple
full-time
$100
job.
more.
He has a job, so
See, so if he's being cutthroat just
that's
to
what
be
I'm
a
saying.
jerk, then
Yeah.
yeah, teach him a lesson.
Yeah, that's what he has He's the only one in my band that has a job. All of us do it full time.
Yeah.
This is what we do for our living.
Yeah, my guys, it's different. They don't work. So if and I tell them, like, if you get a gig, then get it.
I say the same thing. I tell all of them. I don't stop them. But the main thing that I expect, if you get a gig, call me first to see do I have a date, because I'm your primary. I'm not telling you that you can't work, but if I'm your primary, I'm giving you most of your gigs, and you're supposed to be in my band.
Yeah.
Then that's different. Because I have gotten people call me all the time for New Year's Eve, when I was to be with Joey, and they paid me way more, $700 more than what he was paying. But I never took it because I was loyal to him. Sometimes you can't be greedy about money. You have to, it's your,
Well, you have to do
respect.
what's right.
Yeah.
And whatever
Respect.
pays you the most money isn't always the most right thing to do.
Because if somebody gives you $700 and every weekend you're making $200 a man or whatever, you just got that $700 from that one person. They only call you once a year. What good is that?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
You burn a bridge.
yeah, you burn a bridge, and that's what I told him. I said,
yeah.
now I have a sour taste in my mouth
Yeah.
against you.
Especially if you're your primary, right?
Well, you
know,
threw me out in the cold for an extra $100. Like, I'm going to do the same to you.
Yeah.
I had a drummer did that to me 3 times. He stood me up the day before, and you know how hard it is to get a drummer on a weekend. And I was on my way to the Keys. He did that to me. I had a bass player did that to me. So now I have a band. Now I have a steady band now. But like I said, I rotate my drummers.
So, Dottie, I'm getting back into drumming, just so you know. So I got the itch. So
There you go.
Are you playing drum for real?
He's a drummer.
But you saying
for
you're
show?
getting back in the itch? But are you?
I'm not. I'm not actively. So that's been a little bit of the podcast life is podcast life. Where's the tattoos, right, Devin? Right. But no. But seriously though, that is something that I've talked to Kevin about.
Oh, you can
and-
do
Cat.
podcast.
Yeah.
Or you could do,
Yeah.
something like that.
I'll say that a previous guest, I won't say on the air, but has reached out to me, asking me if I was actively. Actually, quite a few actually have asked me if I'm.
The drummers are hard to.
Good drummers are
Good
hard.
drum.
Yeah.
Good
Drummers are easy
The
to find.
drummers are fine.
Good drummers
But good drummers are hard. Especially, people say a blues is easy to play.
No.
I don't care if it's a 1-4-5. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But that shuffle is all different types of shuffle, and a lot of drummers don't know. They have that one shuffle, and that bores the whole show when you
Yeah.
play that one. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Kevin? So you got to know you got Chicago, you got the swing,
Yeah.
you got all kind of different shuffle. Yeah.
Yeah. So, very much sounds like I was like we were talking the last episode about you were in the play that you did, and then we mentioned about Jamie Foxx doing the Ray Charles movie, and then I was just also thinking very much how the James Brown movie, right? How James Brown was
Yeah.
oh, you're late, you're fine.
Yeah, he
or
found him.
this, or telling them everyone's like it's always on the one. You make sure you get back to the one, right?
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I think a lot of people may not know what a one is. You won't be surprised.
Well, there's a lot of history behind how that style evolved. And one of the things with the one and this, like the 16th note guitar
Right.
is that they were always having different drummers all the time. So they had to, get back to the one, usually in 2 or 4 bar phrases. But the guitar player was always playing 16th notes so that the drummer could keep time. If you notice in the James Brown tunes, it's not the hi-hat that does the 16th notes. It's the guitar.
The chicka chicka chicka.
Yeah, the chicka 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 is on the guitar, not on the hi-hat, which is normal funk. So that and it's out of that necessity where they have the drummer du jour, where like this, and they all guitar players like this. Okay, here's the one, and then you watch James Brown. He's like,
Yep. We all know. We all land on it.
he's,
Right?
and they're all like, okay, this is the one. You're like, pay attention, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so it became this whole style.
Keep your head up, right? Because you're gonna watch when it's coming.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of keeping your head, drummer's supposed to always watch the singer. My drummer watched my guitar player. So I turn around and say, is he paying you or is I'm paying you? Because when I do this, because I have a set, but I do this, this.
Right. You're the band.
this.
You're the band leader.
That's it.
Yeah. You're landing the plane.
Why are you still?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he paying you?
You,
I noticed.
you always follow the singer.
I noticed.
The,
Yeah.
the entire band is there to back
Yeah.
up the singer.
Right. Right.
The singer is who controls everything. You want to take an extra breath before the next one, and they're supposed to wait.
Yeah, and they tell, and the singer also tell you, give me a solo, Kevin. Give me a solo, whoever.
Yeah.
On there, you want a solo. You want to, if you have a keyboard player, let the key. You can do that. Or somebody give me a solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Kevin's really good at that. I watch him obviously. Seen a lot, and you are very cue driven to help. Right.
Again, it's necessity.
Right. Because you may have to switch up your players.
I
Right.
got a different player every
Right.
night on something. Like, you got to be able to conduct.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to. Yeah.
And it's turned me into a fairly decent conductor.
Yeah.
What I like about is I don't have that diva mentality. That's not even nowhere in my DNA. I just want everybody to have a good time. So when people leave that venue, they can remember Dottie Kelly and Rock the House Band. I want to see them again. That's the mentality I have. It's not about I don't want to be a star and all.
Yeah.
That's not that. I just want to keep working.
Yeah.
And I want to stay healthy and keep working. That's what I like to do.
Damn.
Want to see them again.
See them again,
That's the key right
That's
there.
right.
Repeat customers.
All right.
Paul Daddy had 38 people in line one night. They could not seat all the people to come see me.
Oh, wow.
They had a 2-hour wait. Wow. But those people stayed there.
No kidding.
They stayed there. So that let me know there's something about me that they enjoyed the
That's
band.
right.
It's not about me, it's the band. I don't look at myself as, I look at my whole band because it's a whole team.
Yeah.
It's a team. It's just not me.
Yeah, I bet if you replaced them all tomorrow, no one would know a difference.
You sound like somebody else I know. They say the same thing. Oh, Dottie, you can.
Try
It
it.
won't be the same.
Hey,
Though.
It definitely won't be the same. It
won't be the
never
same.
is the same. And no disrespect to you musicians, but there's a ton of great players who could do whatever they're doing.
But if when you're thrown against the wall and you got to do something, you change your mind.
You do it, yeah. And let me tell you, I change musicians not often because I want to, but often because I use professionals and they get booked.
Yeah.
And you change one element of the band and the whole band is different.
Yes, it
The
is.
vibe of the night is different.
Yes.
It's not better or worse, it's just different.
Different.
You get some drummers are heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm.
Some drummers they got a different pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Some bass players got a rounder sound. Some of them got a big old fat sound. Some of them got like people vibe different.
Yeah.
And their equipment sounds different. And so,
But if you don't bring attention to your stage, no one will never know what's going on. That's what I always tell
well,
my
for
band.
them, for the people who are seeing you, that's how you sound.
Yeah.
They didn't listen to you last night.
I
They're
tell
hearing you
my
tonight.
band that all the time. I say, you don't bring, whatever. It's like I always was told, if you have a problem with your husband or your wife at home, you don't bring it on the stage. You leave it out there.
Yeah.
And that's the same way I feel. No matter how many musicians or drummers that I keep changing, nobody out there knows that drummer didn't go to the one or didn't hit the cymbal or whatever. Because I'm out there working. I'm working it. So keeping that, I'm keeping everybody occupied by me out there working the crowd. So just do your job. Don't worry
Yeah.
about this man didn't hit the cymbal, this guy didn't hit whatever. I get so tired of hearing that kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
People, it is what it is. Let it go.
It's not a perfect world. We just a local band, and everybody coming to see us. So just do your job.
You are not a local band. You are a touring band.
Now
in
I'm
the
a
Chili
touring
circuit.
band.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah,
you're-
touring
yes.
band. Now I like that.
You're playing up in
Yes.
Chicago, right? At Buddy Guy's, is that right?
Yeah, we're gonna be a Buddy Guy. Yeah, I'm gonna be at Alamo, whatever. I can't think of all the other places. I can't think of all the names. And we're doing festivals too. We're also doing blues festivals too. I think that's in Columbus, Ohio.
Damn.
So where can someone find out where you're playing?
DottieKelly.com.
And how do you spell DottieKelly.com?
DOTTIE, not DOTTY. DOTTIE, Kelly with one E, KELLY .com.
DottieKelly.com.
Where can I go?
My website.
That's it.
Go to my website.
So do you have a whole page about your shoes? You should.
I should. I really should. But all my music's on all the platforms. Pandora, Amazon, Spotify,
There's a whole genre of music called
iTunes.
shoegaze.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
got 'em
true.
on. Yeah. It's called what now?
Shoegaze.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's a genre of music.
Like
It's heavily reliant on, ironically, like pedals and like really complex.
looking
like,
down at your feet.
Oh,
Kinda
because
thing.
I wrote a song about
That's
that.
the idea. Is
Dance
you're
music.
looking down at your shoes the whole time because you're
Isn't-
hitting pedals and
Isn't
doing
that like an
crazy stuff.
offshoot of the whole emo thing?
Yeah, kind of. I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
You just gave me an idea. Anybody that wrote a song about shoes can actually be on that platform. I can make a platform. Anybody wrote anything about shoes, all the music can be right there. That's a good idea.
That's a
Yeah.
song from the 80s. or something like that.
Shoesmusic.com.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
buying it on Amazon.
So check-
Platform, kind of like platform
Platform, get it?
heels.
Platform.
Ooh, it's a
Shoes.
shoe platform.
Let's get it.
So
let's do
folks-
it.
Where's that?
Let's do it, Devin. Let's do it.
So, folks, make sure you check out Dottie Kelly performing at the Payless Shoe Store coming up.
Not Payless. That's too cheap.
Okay, well, hey, if they sponsor you, right? If they sponsor you, they're 30 some money.
Payless went out of business.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
many
'cause-
years ago.
Yeah, they did.
Where the hell am I going
He
shopping?
doesn't get out much.
Where am I
I
going
mean-
shopping then?
When we say he doesn't get out much, we're talking about
So-
since the 80s.
Payless been out.
They're also called Payless for a reason.
Yeah, that's why they went out.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
We'll take you over to Fendi and over on the
you
island,
go.
yeah, over in Palm Beach there.
Yeah, there you go.
Talk to our, we'll
Worth
talk to our-
Avenue.
We'll get you. Yeah, we need a So we've had now. Kevin says this is now 6 episodes in a row. We've had very strong women guests.
Yeah,
I think they're going to start a band together.
we should.
So between Fox and Lexi, and you got a violin going on there, and
Hey, you
you
know
got
what?
Dottie.
you're going to be playing your bass now and your hot leather pants.
You got Dottie, Fox, and Lex.
That's right. Yeah. So what gigs you got coming up here for April?
Place called Rafi Tiki in Riviera Beach.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Low key, and then I have on the. Oh my God, I got so many. I'm trying to think. April. I got Dockside. Oh, I have Leroy's. Leroy's is in Punta Gorda. I have that coming up. I have back at Riviera Beach again, Tiki Bar. Stringers, that's my duo. When I do Stringers, I do it at a duo. I don't do the whole band. Then I have Cocoa Beach. I do Titusville.
Okay.
I go to Titusville. I do a lot of traveling.
Yeah. You said West Coast. Yeah, that's why I was asking earlier about the travel and right. It's whenever you travel outside your normal area, do musicians make sure they're getting commensurate value for traveling out of their area. So, definitely check those episodes out here.
I want to
or
say
shows,
something
yeah.
before I forget.
Yeah.
Since Kevin's talking about a platform, whatever he's doing over there, I think buying a name. The next song that I'm writing, I already bought it. It's called I'm Married to My Microphone. That's the name of that next song.
Oh, that's good. I just bought shoes-music.com for $12.
So what you gonna do with it?
You and me are going to sit down and do
We're
a
gonna do
shoes
shoes.
music website.
That's a good idea. Let's do something seriously, Kevin.
Yeah.
Everything happened for a reason. I always say timing is everything.
Oh, I love to see you guys. Speaking of doing something together. This Sunday,
I'm gonna try to definitely
big
be there.
blues blast.
Dottie Kelly, special guest vocalist with the Kevin McLaughlin Band.
There you go. So I
There
have
you
to.
go.
I have to come
We're
now.
going to
That's
sing
right,
some kind of Dottie Kelly song.
Yeah.
Hey.
If you guys figured that out, figured out. So you got till Sunday to figure out what song you're gonna
You
do.
know how to play Dust My Broom? Not. You know how to play Dust My Broom in
If
the
it's
key of
Robert
D.
Johnson, I can do it.
It's right. Yeah. It's Elmo James.
Oh, it's Elmore James?
Elmo
Okay.
James in the key of D. If you play that feel of the blues, I can do the original tune
All right.
because it's in that same
What's the name of your tune?
7 Days a Week blues. It's on YouTube.
on Spotify and YouTube.
Spotify, Pandora.
All right, 7 Days a week blues. There it is.
There you go. It's a date.
We're going to do it.
Okay.
So there you
we're
go.
gonna do
Isn't
it.
that funny that Big Blues Blast has 3 B's in it? Isn't that cool?
Isn't that
Coincidence?
similarly
Like the
conspicuous
B3
like the B-
podcast?
I
Oh,
wonder who
B3.
thought of that.
Who did that? Big Blues Blast. Did you think of that? Smart man.
B3 Podcast
Well,
Network.
it came from the Big Blues Bender.
Oh.
So
Oh
it's-
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, so we've got a great lineup there coming up here this Sunday here. So 1 to 8 p.m. April
April
6th
6th, yeah.
at Dirty's, Filthy's.
Not Dirty's.
I can't mix it place.
Filthy's.
But it's
So
but
what
it-
time
but-
do you think you're going to go on, Kevin?
I can tell you right here.
So
So
check
that-
out there. So Kevin will be performing there.
Wait, what time is
it's 1 to 8.
1 to
so,
8. So
yeah.
I'm going to go on like probably at about 6 o'clock.
Oh, I'll be there for then because I finish at 2.
Yeah, so you got plenty of time.
And I'll have the Grand Marinara waiting for you in non-chilled glass.
You got to say it correct. It's Grand Marnier.
I got a little bit of.
Grand
I got a
Grand
little.
Marinara.
Grand Marinara is that's on the buffet
I
at
like
the
my
Italian
Grand
restaurant.
Marinara on my pasta.
Grand Marinara. That's you can order that with. You can buy some breadsticks with some Grand Marinara on
We're
the
going-
That
side.
could be a really interesting cocktail, like a glass with
Yeah.
alcoholic marinara sauce and a breadstick sticking out.
Me and Dottie going to go to Olive Garden and get some breadsticks and Grand Marinara.
I love it. I love
Oh my
love
God!
Olive.
Woo, good Lord! So,
I like Olive
so yeah,
Garden.
so $5 in advance, $10 at the door. Come on, man! This is all great
So
support.
what if you have?
Yes.
What if you're a blues society? You still have to pay the $5,
If you're Blue Society, you get in. I think for half price.
$250.
If you're playing, you don't pay. You come up and
You
say.
sure? Because I'm gonna have Darryl with me because I'll be doing a duo.
We'll make him pay. He's a guitar
yeah,
player.
we make him pay. Make him pay.
Like it.
But you get to get in for free.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm telling. Listen here, you have to pay $10 and I,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I take the other $5.
Rock on.
You pay twice as much.
So, and speaking of events, on a few weeks after this, the April 29th will be the first in a series of Treasure Coast Blues Society jams.
What day that's on?
April 29th is a Tuesday. We're gonna be setting it up for the last Tuesday of every month,
Okay.
and we've come to an agreement with the Public House in downtown Fort Pierce.
Why am I finding this? I got to listen to it
You
on my
don't.
own.
You never show up to the meetings, young man.
Well, yeah, I was last time you called. Last time you guys had
So
a
this gonna
meeting.
be
I
in
was.
Fort Pierce.
They had a meeting tonight, and we didn't even go. So I'm
So,
with you.
so this is gonna be in Fort Pierce.
Downtown Fort Pierce, and it's cool because they're not even open on Tuesdays. Like they're opening specifically for us.
Yeah.
And you can't get in unless you're
member?
affiliated with the Blues Society.
What's the name of it?
The Public House.
Public House,
Downtown
okay.
Fort Pierce.
Okay.
Down there by the.
So is it near where they had the Christmas party?
Yep, right around the
in
corner.
the area? In that area, yeah.
Because I was at the Christmas party.
You were?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I was too, but we
I
didn't know each
try
other.
to. I try to. One thing about me that I wish other, some musicians, because not everybody can do that. I like to go out and support
Yeah.
my musician when I'm off. So weekdays is when I'm off. I try to go out.
Yeah.
Well, you're a smart woman and a marketer, and you understand the value of personal
Yeah,
relationships.
you have to.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You don't want nobody to always come to your show and you don't
Yeah,
give back.
exactly.
I put tip money. I put money in the tip everywhere I go. I do that. I love to give back. I love to help out. I love to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked that before. Is about how other musicians feel when you see other musicians at your show.
Yeah, they.
Knowing it might be their night off, but they still chose to come out and check out.
Yeah, that's way cool. That's a big compliment when other musicians come
Yeah.
to see
Yeah,
you.
One night I was at Blue Jean Blues and I had less hair. I took my hair up, right? I put it on a cap. I put shades on. I was trying to be incognito, and I was sitting at way in the back at the bar, and the smile gave it away because they say I have a beautiful smile. Dottie Kelly's in there. Can you come up and sing? Because sometimes I just want to relax.
yeah. You just want to chill.
They want to
Yeah,
chill.
Yeah.
And once they see you in the house, they want you to come up and sing. So I said, damn. So I just let my hair down, took my shades off, and I just went up the stage and sung. I just
There
went up
you
there.
go.
And sang.
You,
Yeah.
you didn't turn around and say where is she?
You're a local legend. You can't
right,
get away
yeah.
from it.
Can't get away from nothing.
Yeah.
And now I see how the big stars feel when they go out. Well, now I see
Yeah.
what they go. Not that I'm on that level, I'm saying, but I see what they mean. You just want to be free and just
Yeah.
chill out for a while. You don't want to be on the microphone all the time.
He does this to me all the time when I go see him. He goes, we got the Rumfluencer and the house and podcast, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
I'm
he
like,
do that
you know,
to you. But,
he
but,
does.
but
Yeah.
you don't have to do it. Do
Be,
anything.
be careful. He's
Yeah.
been going hard for the last month or so. He's got rumfluenza.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing we talked about off air. So
Oh, yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
that your body is completely soaked to the top with
yes.
rum.
So no flu is getting me.
No
As a
time
matter of
soon.
fact,
It can't attack.
you're running low
Yeah,
on
that's
your
right.
lifeblood
There you go. All right. So, well, anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and let land this plane here.
I'll take a sip of
Okay.
that
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah. So this.
Just
gonna-
a small sip.
yeah.
It's rum. Still poisonous to me.
Yeah. There you go. So we'll go ahead and wrap. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the show here. So Dottie, this is
You drink this on purpose?
so this has been great episode here. I know a
Thank
lot
you.
of folks. Again, I know the Blue Society. You know, Sandy was reaching out on the Facebook page and like, hey, when you posting the videos and all these things. So this has been great. You know,
So when are they going to post this?
so this will so this is dropping today. Oh wait, this is today. The episode today is April 1st.
Okay.
Devin just texted me and said he forgot to hit the record button the whole time.
Oh, wow, you got to be kidding.
April Fools.
April. Oh, jeez.
That was a good one.
Oh,
I was,
yeah.
I was nervous.
She's
there.
like,
It was
holy shit, we just better. What do I got to
the
stick
money
around
I'm out for it, yeah.
another hour?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, too much. So this has been great. Again, I know you said you were nervous before, right? You know,
Well,
and
I
so-
got, seemed
yeah.
like I got okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't bite unless you
No,
want us
it's-
to.
She told me it's just, she said, Dottie, don't worry. She said, you'll be fine.
Yeah. No. So, yeah. See, if you can tell her, Fox, you did not steer me wrong.
I'm going to tell her, too.
Excellent,
I'm
yeah.
definitely going to tell her. I have a phone number.
And we tell a few folks, also too, I know you're fairly local to where we tape. If you ever want to come out and hang, that's why we do it on Tuesdays, because most musicians don't have a gig on Tuesday nights, and that's the great night.
I can come up and hang out?
You can come up and hang out there. And
Oh,
just
don't
if you
tell
just
me
want to
that.
hang out, right? If you just want to hang out
Oh.
with us, well, we got other guests on. We do sometimes
Yeah,
have a
often Tracy's here. Most of the time, Tracy's here.
yeah. So we
She was working late today, or else she'd have been here today.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So sometimes we do have a peanut gallery at times, right? Sometimes we do
Most
have
of the time we
sometimes we do have a bartender, you know, but
Yeah.
but you
I
know,
need to get your number because this man is
Yeah.
hard to get in contact with.
Oh yeah, he's
All
slippery.
I have is the Facebook messenger.
Make sure you get
Yeah.
my number before we go.
I think we text each other about something else, remember?
yeah.
I'll make sure you have my number. It's
Yeah.
XXX
911
11212.
8675.
Okay.
309. That sounds familiar. I think I saw it on a bathroom wall.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That we're, as you can tell, we're having a great time here. Hopefully, you've had a great time as well listening to this, watching the video here on YouTube, audio, and all those great places. Check out the audio podcast, B3 Podcast Network there on Apple, Spotify, and all the great places you listen to your audio podcast. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on YouTube as well on the Riffs and Rhythms YouTube channel there. So again, we like the likes, we like the comments, leave us a thought, etc. there. So check out all the other stuff, Instagram, all the other crap that we do there. So go ahead and support. Hey, if you're a sponsor here, we love to sponsor you. We love to. We
like money.
Yeah, we like
Yeah,
money.
We
right?
actually
Yeah.
have sponsorships available.
We are actually capitalists.
Yeah, so we are going to start having to market for the next Riffs and Rhythms Festival soon.
Yep.
And so we had last year was the Knox and Dunn Riffs and Rhythms Music Festival.
right.
And the powers that be at Knox and Dunn helped make it an amazing event.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And we're looking forward to working with those guys some
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And whoever else is interested in having their brand associated with super cool music.
That's right. That's right. So we also been trying to talk. We got to sit down. Maybe the few of us, you, me, and Brad, and we've been talking about the Key West trip in August.
Been talking about the Key West trip
So
in
we need
August.
to-
We
yeah,
need some,
maybe we need to kidnap Dottie. She can come with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
so-
good. She
yeah.
knows some people. in
I
Key
used to
West.
I used to sing down at Margaritaville for 6 nights,
Okay.
and they have the house behind it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I've
That was rough for me because I like to go shopping.
Oh, yeah?
They didn't have everybody in shorts, t-shirt. That's not me.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't have a mall there.
So do you have a sample of your show rider?
No.
No, you have no like requirements. Here's what you need to provide me, and
No, I don't have nothing.
no,
like
no
that.
blue
Nothing.
M&Ms or whatever
None
it
of
is.
that kind of
Yeah, I
stuff.
can help you with that too.
No, I don't have no contract like that.
But we got to also mention the fact that the Kevin McLaughlin Band is accepting sponsorships for their UK tour.
Oh, of course. You got to get that, Kevin.
Anybody who's watching this who has a business interest that they would like to expand in the UK, get with me because I can help you with that.
So there you go. Yeah. So we got to get the Patreon we're talking about. Yeah, let's get your Patreon.
I think
page.
Harley Davidson would be a nice one sponsor.
There are all kinds of great sponsorship opportunities out there, some of which we have attempted on getting, and some of them we have not been able to get to.
I work with someone from Harley Davidson. She's a pretty big time.
Oh,
Okay.
That's why I said that.
I can tell you that I'm still feeling, even though it's been a while, I'm still feeling lag from getting back from. I played 8 shows during the 10 days of Bike Week.
You did?
Yeah.
8 shows?
8 shows.
We had a double.
8 shows in 10 days. I'm lucky my voice lasts. I can do it. So yeah, I'm very closely associated with the Harley Davidson culture. I own a Harley Davidson myself,
Okay.
and I would be proud to represent the Harley Davidson brand. I do it all the time.
I'll give you some info.
Yeah.
he would ride his motorcycle to that festival.
Well, I'm not paying to ship my motorcycle to the UK, but
When I did the shrimp festival
Harley
down
Davidson
in
wants to pay for you.
Sebastin, I was singing, and then when I finished singing, the lady came. She come running, and she like, "Oh my God, I got to get you on my festival." And she do all the Harley Davidson from Palm Bay, all of them. She does them from Palm Bay all the way up to Miami. She does all of them.
yeah.
And she gave me like 12 shows that day.
Oh,
Very
And
cool.
and it was just a duo. And then I told her I have she saw the band, but she, how it is. They have certain kind of, nonprofit money that they use. So, but anyway, she gave me 12 dates, and that's why I said I talked to you about that.
I would love to play. I love playing Harley Davidson dealerships. Those are my people.
That was the first time I ever did one. And they really love you. They love that blues.
They love the blues.
Love the blues. And I got out there dancing with the Transformer guy. The guy had on the Transformer. I don't know if you saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I got up and then I was singing My Girl. And him and I was just dancing. That was on Facebook. So
That's awesome. Yeah, it was just at we were just at Destination Daytona, hanging out.
yeah.
yeah. We met. Yeah, we forgot we met a musician there. Remember
we
at
met a
Saints
musician.
and Saints and Sinners.
Yeah, Saints and Sinners Pub.
Yeah,
So
well,
the bike week is over with now?
Yeah, Bike Week's over.
Not till October. They're not October's Biketoberfest. Another.
Every
but
year I
it's-
play Bike Week in Daytona and Biketoberfest in Daytona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last year was rough. I did 13 shows in 10 days.
Gee whiz.
Yeah. That was rough.
I can see. Last year in March I had 22 shows. It was only 31 days in that year. I was so exhausted.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
This year I got only 19, so not only, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
19.
yeah. So, all right, folks, man, this has been great here. Dottie, it's
Thank
been
you so
great
much.
to definitely come on the show here to meet you finally in person. Definitely check out DottieKelly.com there. She's not going to spell it again because you fucking should already have heard it 20 times. Check out the links anyway, so you'll check it out there. So,
Thank
Dottie,
you,
yeah.
Kevin. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Devin.
It's been a pleasure to have you on, dear.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so check that out there.
Here's
so,
a toast to great blues singers, especially Dottie Kelly.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
So let's go ahead and land this ship here. Come on, man.
Ugh.
You all right there?
My body's still rejecting rum.
Just the name of that. Wow.
I can drink whiskey like nobody's business, but that rum stuff, whew.
Are you going to land the ship here?
Are we done,
Let's
Devin?
all right, so now
Devin.
let me catch my breath and we go
We
ahead.
done?
We're going to close this in just a second here. I'm Kevin McLaughlin, and this is
Paul Robertson,
the conclusion of this episode of the Riffs and
Rhythms Podcast. Thanks for tuning in here. Cheers and beers.
Beers and beers.
Oh, okay. Well, cheers. Cheers and whatever.
Beers, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, cheers.
Beers.